right now. Okay, let's go. Okay, guys, good morning to you. Today is the 21st of September 2021. And yes, indeed, today is a Tuesday and it's also the Mid-Autumn Festival. Hey, right, 中秋节快乐啦, everybody. All right, okay. Now, of course, this 中秋节 seemingly going to be a little bit tough to solo. As last night or yesterday, I opened it yesterday, the Hang Seng dropped 1,000 points when it hit the lowest point. Of course, it rebounded later on, and I believe later on the Hong Kong market will likely be recovering because we see the Dow futures up by 200 points from at the moment right now. But of course, the question is this: even the recovery coming, can it sustain? Now, you must understand that the Hong Kong market will be open today, but the China stock market will remain closed today. Yeah, and incredibly, tomorrow China market resume trading and Hong Kong goes to holiday. Okay, so it's going to be a very interesting one because on Thursday, that is where this Evergrande has to have to pay their bonds, right? If they default on that itself, right, this is going to be very detrimental. But of course, the question is this: if they don't default, let's say they really, for the sake of it, they don't default, right? The question is that their next payment is next week. So the problem is that will this actually, will they want to cut their losses now and just don't pay anybody, or they will go and find some means and way to pay? Well, that's going to be a very big thing to watch out for. So traders, you need to look out for this because the whole movement right now, the coming market coming down, is because of Evergrande. That is the main thing here itself. All right, so this is the joke of the day. Oh, well, oh yeah. Well, what's the hell your narrative now? So you can see that narrative is actually a spoken or written account of connected events. So now we have Evergrande coming down literally off the cliff. And of course, many counters are being affected. I didn't have time to cover everything today, but I know that many property companies were down by as much as even 80% in a single day itself. Really incredible because these companies are all interlinked with Evergrande. And of course, if Evergrande really goes down, they'll be hit. And this is not going to be stopping here. It will spread across the board and all the banks and stuff like that. So I cannot deny this. There could be a very good chance we could see a recovery today on technical ground, but fundamentally, we are not too sure whether the market can sustain. So this one happened to the Hang Seng yesterday. The Hang Seng dropped all the way down. It was a near 1,000-point drop at one stage before it recovered a little bit. I do suspect, again, I say, the Hang Seng may recover a little bit this morning, but after that, it all depends on the market, whether will the selling continue, all right? Now, definitely, we must know today is still an important day to us for the Chinese. Every September, the Chinese family gathers to celebrate the Mid-Autumn Festival. The moon roundness symbolizes harmony and prosperity, and the festival celebrates the harvest, often bringing together family members from near and far. But of course, we always know that, right? The lunar 15th day, the moon actually is not as round as 16, right? This thing say 15的月亮16圆, right? So let's see lah. But apparently, anyway, let's just enjoy this, have some mooncake, and take your lantern, play with your kids, okay? All right, so do know, well, in case for all our non-Chinese friends, the mooncake symbolizes a reunion of family as well as the full moon. Presenting mooncakes to friends and family demonstrate wishing their cherished ones a long and happy life. So can I have everybody here key happy, Mid-Autumn Festival to everybody here so that, we all, celebrate this day together. All right, let's do it. Okay, so we have 35. Let's have 35 messages all doing that. All right, I mean, that's a minimum you can do. All right, whether if you're Chinese or non-Chinese, you can also wish your non-Chinese friend happy Mid-Autumn Festival. All right, let's enjoy this. And, we should be always, keep ourselves in a harmony position. Okay. All right, disclaimer as usual, my job is to just give you the view of the market. End of the day itself is all about you making the money, all right? End of the day, you have to make your own risk decision. You have to do your risk count and stuff like that. Now, yesterday, we saw the Dow Jones down by 800 points. And of course, a good chunk of us make quite a bit of money, but some people actually lost money. And of course, what's the reason? Because they didn't follow the TWB system. So when they don't follow and they text me in the middle of the night asking me what should I do next, right? Then it's always a big question mark, what should I do now? Cut or don't cut? The Dow Jones is down by so many points. If I tell you to cut right now, I know in my heart the market will rebound. But if I say don't cut, if the market go down further, I break my own rules. It's going to be very difficult for me. So fortunately for them, the market rebounded from the low, but that is not the right way. And of course, you put the risk and the blame on me itself, right? It's not very fair to me, because yesterday I have been texting people at 2, 3 a.m. just to help them to go through this. So really unfair. And of course, they don't even trade with aims, and that makes it even worse. Okay, disclaimer as usual. Now, the thing is that the reason why they don't know, or they may not know main reason why things are developing outside the premises of TWB chart, because those who subscribe for my alternate market views, they will know that the current buying condition in America is very terrible. The inflation is really very bad. And of course, we also know that since July, the market has been selling. That's why the market has been selling. The foreign funds have been selling. So all this information were released yesterday, all right, yesterday at about 6 to 7 p.m. Now, if you actually were around, I mean, if you subscribe to it, you will have got this information, and definitely that will help you quite a fair bit. So it's always about being penny wise, pound foolish. For $96, I think it's very worthy to get these alternate market views. But because I don't want to give it for free, because I don't want you to misuse it, I want you to go according, right? So you can see all these are mainstream medias. You don't find it on mainstream media at all right? So if you want to subscribe to this alternate market views almost every day, almost every day, I will upload more and more information. If you like all these alternate market views, just contact Susan, all right? She will be able to bring you in, okay? The cost-wise itself is still $96 for 3 months, but the 3 months has started from 1st of September. So which means that you're paying $96 right now, you're going to have only 2 months and 10 days, okay? So take note of that, okay? All right, now our Hang Seng, definitely we are pretty well. Yesterday we had one short, one kill. We basically one entry, and we made money from Hang Seng yesterday. And of course, students are making relatively good profit. We're talking about hundreds of dollars on average. So, all right, these are people who make money and they post their results. Okay, very clear that, you know, this is really coming in. We have our fair share of losses in between, but as long as we control the losses and we allow profit to run, that is what we are doing right now. So guys, if you're interested to actually join this Hang Seng group, want to see the Hang Seng trading, contact this Keng Hua. All right, Keng Hua is the one leading this. All right, please contact Keng Hua. Okay, he will be the best person to bring you in. Okay. All right, by the way, this is us right now. You can see that we actually opened the office for Hang Seng M1 traders. So if you're interested, just contact us. Okay, so today we have our first economic news is the building permits. Okay, this one usually is quite flat. Likely there's nothing much for you to talk about. Tomorrow is the existing home sales. That one should be also be a flat. Crude oil inventories is kind of expected to be still going downwards. Is Thursday is the one where we have the FOMC statement. Okay, which means that tomorrow they will start to meet up. And then on Thursday or Thursday so-called, they will present itself at 2 a.m. to tell you their expectation and stuff like that. And of course, Jerome Powell is expected to speak at 2:30 a.m. And the next day he'll still speak again. So he will try his best to hold up the market. So I now kind of like expect that the market will be watching very closely on this. Okay. So this is what happened to Dow Jones last night. The Dow Jones basically opens down all the way down to 33,600 area. That was near, in fact, just below the 5% mark. And of course, we saw news that there was about $1.2 trillion worth of reverse repo operation came in. I repeat, yes, about $1.22 trillion worth of reverse operation came in last night, and that probably propelled the recovery of the US market. But again, like I say, you can kick the can down that much. Once the thing stop already, right, you still have to pay for the price. And that will definitely bring the dollar down. And that will also bring the yield down at the same time. And which you saw the yield actually came off yesterday. Oops, sorry, I haven't done my PowerPoint on this slide here. Apology, hold on. Okay, so the S&P 500 falls 1.7% for its worst day since May. All right, Dow Jones lost 600 points. Okay, first of all, you must understand that investors continue to flock to the sideline in September. That's what we talked about previously. And also the market dropped because majority of the stock went all down. In fact, at one stage, the Dow Jones was down by 971 points, meaning 29 points away from 1,000 mark, okay, at one point. But after that, you can see the money came in and the market recovered. So eventually it was down by only 614 points. So 1/3 of the losses were recovered. Okay, so what were the reasons for the sell-off? First of all, you must understand the contagion of the current problem in China. In the China market itself, right, the Hong Kong equity saw a big sell-off because of China Evergrande Group. Now, this company is really near the brim of default, all right? If they couldn't pay their bonds, the investors will come in and definitely, right, things will get very, very ugly. And of course, plus this week itself, we have the FOMC meeting. So we do expect the Jerome Powell to give signal of tapering. We will see how it goes. COVID cases are still currently at a high level. It recovered back to the January level. So that means that we are getting a bit of back to square one feeling, and we are approaching the colder weather. And if that is going to happen, we have seen before last year, when we come to October period time, when the cold weather comes in, the numbers of people falling sick increase. So again, that is another reason. September month, based on the stock trader element, it seems to be the usual thing, but this one is just only extra statistics. But more important now will be the debt ceiling, which we expect the Congress to pass it, but then again, it will take a while, and there should be a lot of wayang as usual. So if all this itself, right, some people like Mike Wilson or Morgan Stanley says that there will be more downside, but you'll be very stunned that you will later see JP Morgan say the other way around. So the two Morgans, one of them say down, one of them say up. I don't know what to pick already. All right, it's going to be so everybody go to the same university but come out with different idea. So that's why this is always very contradictory when it comes to trading. He believes that it's going to be a destructive outcome. Wow, destructive, and it says 20% pullback. But Morgan Stanley, this JP Morgan is the other way around. They say it's upside. So later you look at the article, kind of very confusing. All right. Now, of course, if you actually follow the TWB system, you would not be confused at all. Right. You can see that yesterday the opening price was here, and I already tell you all many times. If the market goes below OP, below pivot 2, and if the KSI is red, and you don't notice this, the KSI was an uptick KSI. My God, you have only one thing to do is to sell. And if you sell, you follow the rule. I told you that the Dow may come down to 33,900. It really came down. And of course, it went lower. But the point is this, if you had done that, you will make 600 points profits because of that. 600 points, my God. All right, so you see the system really works. Below OP, below pivot 2, CCYR, just sell. Don't even think of buying. I know that many people tried to buy and they were hit yesterday. I went through some of the forum from Twitter and online Reddit. Oh my God, so many people got hit. All right, so you can see that once the market lost the OP and pivot 2, straight away the Dow went down. It recovers a little bit, but then again, this BMB was there. BMB triggered with CCYR, confirm sell. You don't need to ask me, but you say, but Kel, very near to KTR -3, what should I do? Just sell first, then we talk later. So if you have sold the market, it went all the way down and it hit the KCB. That's quite a bit of money. And then here itself, it start to recover. But this is not a trigger, by the way. This is the KCB is not a trigger. So what happened? The Dow did try to recover a little bit by ding dong. It's still below OP. It's still below P2. Once the market goes below OP and below the P2 mark, you just have to sell again if you're willing to take the risk. All right, of course, it's very below KTR -3. I will not say that it will be a good sell, but we did see before that whenever it's below OP and below P2, right, the market most likely will hold all the way down towards the end of the day, especially when the KSI is actually red. But of course, we can see that when the market bottomed out, right, it was a BMB bottom out, and then the market twists up, and now it's trading a bit higher. So what do we see from here? What do we learn from here? This BMB, very important pattern that you should actually take loads of care onto it. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones. So may I ask how many of you have made money from Dow Jones last night? If you have made money from Dow Jones last night, can you key the word Dow Jones DJ profit? Yeah, profit DJ. Profit from DJ. Right, if you actually make money from the Dow Jones yesterday, please key the word profit from DJ. Or profited from DJ again, because yesterday I was doing a live session and I was very clear. I tell you the market is going to go down, And I give you my reason. And of course, if you have followed through, you should have made some money. All right. For those who have made money from Dow Jones, please keep profited from Dow Jones. All right. Now let's look at gold now. Now gold, I already reminded you guys yesterday is a doji day. All right, it's a day, the day before is doji, so likely we will see a directional day. But remember, a directional day comes with two parts. Above OP, look for buy. Below OP, look for sell. So initially in the morning, the market stays above OP, right? So we went for the buy. Then after that, it came down. Okay, I did not short because I just not comfortable to short. When the price go back up again, we went in to buy onto the gold again. And of course, the second time we were lucky and the market actually went up. All right, so the question is this: how were we traded yesterday? We got doji. Now, first of all, the opening price was below between the two pivot, right? The KSI is red in color, so that means the market will go down first. But it go down itself, right? You'll be going down to -1 to -2. All right, that's what we know. But if the market recovers and goes above OP, then going to KTR +1 is kind of high. So that is what we are supposed to look out for yesterday. Okay. Well, congratulations to Angeline. Okay, Kinghua profited from Nasdaq and this S&P. Okay, how about the rest? No one really else. All this, there are 48 of you here. Only 2% traded on the Dow Jones and made money. All right. Now I know that some of you did not really did it yesterday because you were like pretty worried and the market been going up. That is the problem here. If you have a system, if you don't actually activate it or use it, right? Then the worst thing to do now is today you jump in to sell the market and the market is going up against you now. And if you actually look carefully, 2 days above pivot 1. See that? Yesterday was below pivot 2, you don't sell. Now today is above pivot 1, you don't buy. So you see there's a problem here. This is the very, very sad thing, but it's always repeating. Yeah, cannot deny this. Okay, anyway, for gold, that's what happened. Gold initially came down first. Then after that, it bottomed out. And we have a KCX signal at the bottom. So this is your first CCRY's KCX trade. $2 was given initially. So no problem. Then after that, when it comes to stabilize and go above OP, that is where we're looking for buying signal. But there was no BNB over there. So we didn't do much trading. And you can see throughout there, the market did stay above OP. But none of this setup got the BNB other than the doji directional day. So for us, we apply the DJDD and we went in to buy when it goes above OP. So yesterday we have 2 pockets of entry. We entered here. And I would say, fortunately now, gold is slightly higher right now. So for those who went long yesterday about 1754, 755, 756 level, now we go trading at 1764 around there. You can actually do your SWL right now to protect your profit. Okay, just to protect your profit. Okay, all right. So that is the gold market. Okay, so let's us look at the some of the local news. Now, COVID is officially America's deadliest pandemic, right? Apparently, in terms of numbers of death, so in terms of death, US have hit 675,000 people. Really very unfortunate, but it is really that many. All right, that is like probably almost 1/10 of Singapore population. All right, so we're talking about that, and now they are looking for the vaccine jet to be available for kids. So for parents, I met a few of you guys telling me that you're worried for your kids. Maybe this could be the remedy for you. Now we can see in Singapore, what we have very clear is that we have about 917 cases yesterday. Not bad, the day before it was 108 or 109, and the day before that itself was 1002, sorry. So the numbers seem to drop by 100. Let's hopefully it stay that way, and maybe this number will have to go down. Now, yesterday, when I went around, I see down the shops in Bugis Junction area. Well, you can see that many people just prefer to stay home. You can see very clear. Even a taxi uncle telling me that, right, lesser people is taking out right now. So people getting worried. That's one thing. All right, so that is a local and global news. Let's look at some important market information for references. Oops, sorry. Let me just get this up. Okay, so what we can see right now, Evergrande in Hong Kong continued to slide yesterday. Opening price was 250, went on to 228. The volume still stayed pretty high. Now, some people ask me this question: is it a good time to buy Evergrande? Now, I'm going to give you a very simple analogy here. So, okay, look, if you have $2.28 Hong Kong dollar, you can just buy 1 share. You understand? If you lose that if the Hong Kong share get delisted itself, right, you lose at $2.28 Hong Kong dollar. It's as simple as that. Because if let's say if the market is rebound, right, who knows, it may go back to $14. So the downside is $2.28. The upside could be 4 to 5 times. You got my point. But what's the probability of delisted, right? That's a good question. Because you're focusing on that in fundamental, then I'll tell you that it's kind of high. But in terms of whether can buy or not, right, this is the risk-reward ratio. Can we understand this? This is very important because I receive easily more than 7 messages from people asking me can buy or not. It says that they're trying to tell me that you call for buy, we buy immediately. I'm telling you this upfront here itself, right? I won't be buying. I am telling you I don't be buying because you must understand that China Evergrande got 22 bonds ticket to pay the next 3 years. 22. So which means that even they managed to scrape past Thursday, they got next month. After next month, next month, every month there is. And of course, I guarantee you now, the point is this, no one will lend them money again. I can be very sure of that. So if no one will lend them any more money, the only one that will build them up is China market, China government. So only when you see the news, they come in, then you go and buy them, be safer, unless you don't mind taking the risk. Okay, you must understand the situation here itself. It's not a technical buy, or it's too cheap, we can buy, or am I too bearish? It's just being real, being practical here. And you can see yesterday, I told you like BlackRock, you see, I told you it will come down to 840, and remarkably, BlackRock really came down to about 840 level and then rebounded. At least this sort of technical ground I can tell you, and you can see the accuracy is there. Right, I told you BlackRock will be affected by Evergrande, but there will be a support 840. I draw the track line for you yesterday. You can check back the charts, and it's really, really there. So that is something I can share with you. Things I can share with you, I'll tell you what to do, like tell you to buy. Things I can't tell you, then no point. Even I don't want to lie to you. In fact, it's your money, you know that. Okay. So I hope that you understand where I'm coming from. It's for your good. Okay. Hold on. Sorry. Today, this morning, woke up a bit late, so my PowerPoint didn't really do it properly. Okay. So investor Jim Chanos says that China as a terrible place for US investors, reviews his short. Now, do note once again, he's a well-known short seller, all right? Meaning that over the last few years, he don't really make money. The market keep on going higher. So he's been, because when the market goes down, CNBC will find all these guys to ask them questions, right? Okay? So he felt that, right, the current second largest economy, China, is having a big problem. And he felt that, right, there'll be more downside and shareholders and creditors are not treated well. So a bit of feeling that there's some propaganda here. And he felt that, right, the fragility of the Chinese economic model is still pretty bad. And this is going to be a big problem. And of course, the leadership under President Xi Jinping is also another concern, according to him. So overall, in his opinion itself, right, the Chinese stock market is not a good time to buy yet. So of course, I think probably people who have followed other trainers recently to buy China stock, maybe can ask back your trainer and ask them what's now there. And for me itself, right, I'm still going to stay wait. My stand is still wait, because I believe that we haven't finished everything yet. We got still room to go down further. Okay, still got room. Now, but of course, JP Morgan trading guru, Kolanovic, says that no, it's a technical buy right now. It's a present a buying opportunity. So this guy is bullish. This guy is bullish. Okay, so you can see now he said no. He says that the technical selling flow is because of some trading advisors, option hedges, and the environment of low liquidity due to September period, and of course overreaction by discretionary trader to perceived risk. Okay, so in short, he's arguing that all these guys just don't know what is going on, people. So he still say that his firm and himself is still bullish, and he said that it's time to buy on dip. So you can see now, earlier itself of Morgan Stanley saying no, there'll be some selling, but JP Morgan say buy. So how? Buy or sell? Confused, right? I'm equally confused too. Let me show you now. So should we buy or should we sell? Everybody, please key your answer right now. Should you follow JP Morgan? JP Morgan is bullish, they key JPM. If you think that Morgan Stanley is the one that you think it will be correct, that's they are bearish, key MS. Let me see your answer. JP Morgan is bullish, MS is bearish. Okay, so key your answer. I want you all to participate. Don't just listen and just don't want to participate. Chit chat with me, it's quite boring talking to the air itself in a way. Okay, so this is what happened, and he says that, right, JP Morgan recently raised their forecast to 4,700. from 4,600. So from 4,600 they raised to 4,700, and the market reacted by coming down. Oops, don't know whether is it on purpose or they don't know what's going on, but they are very positive that next year will go 5,000. Wow, okay lah. So this strategy says that currently now the economic recovery will help the market, and he felt that some of the companies are cheap level right now. So I don't know how I consider cheap lah, but definitely I will want to watch this. Okay, now Santoli have two big charts to show to you. First of all is the S&P with the 50-day and 100-day moving average. This one is SMA, simple moving average. So it seems to be like, wow, it's following beautifully now. And in fact, indeed, the S&P really hit the moving average and rebounded yesterday. So maybe this is something you can know. For those who are bullish, you can look for that. So Liu says that JP Morgan will be correct, and he felt that the October month is time to buy. Okay, no problem, but only one contribution. How about the rest? Okay, now yesterday, the day before, and last week, I've been telling you guys to buy VIX, right? I've been saying this, VIX can buy 16, 17, best buy, you should be safe. And truth be told, the VIX yesterday went up to as high as 26 level. So for those who have bought VIX according to my little sharing, if you have profited, congratulations to you. Now for those who haven't bought yet, do you jump in right now? No, you wait for a while already. It's over already. Let it pull back first again if you want to buy. All right, please be very clear on this. Don't jump in. Okay, all right. I know Hang Seng has opened, but never mind. We just continue our sharing first. Okay, hold on a minute. Again, apology for this PowerPoint. Okay, now of course, Jim Bianco says that, right, the 10-year yield will indicate whether the market itself will worsen or will it recover. Now, this guy went on CNBC, says that, right, the treasury market will give evidence. He believed that, right, as long as he believed that you should expect when the interest rate fall with falling stock, you could breathe a little relief that walking into a capitulation low. Okay, so trying to say is that right now the treasury's yields going down is actually good, because that means that investors are buying bonds. And of course, by buying bonds itself, right, probably this means that the market, the market is going to be kind of bullish, because people are kind of optimistic on the US economy. So that is what they're trying to say. Now, yesterday we did see that the US Treasury yields came down to 1.31. So in this, from his argument itself, it seemed to be telling you that as long as the numbers is going down, it's good. So of course, if the yields have to go higher, that means that there's some inflationary concern, and this could actually cause a little bit worry problem for the US stock market. And that's why his point is the lower the yield is, the better it is. So we have the FOMC meeting starting from today. So we will look forward for the outcome by Thursday morning. All right, so that is from Bianco. All right, so sorry again. All right, apology. Okay, Tom Lee says that sell-off is a buying opportunity and market could turn around as early as this month. Oh, okay. Now do remember Tom Lee actually says that September will see a new all-time high before October, a major sell-off. All right, do remember this from Tom Lee. So now when I look at Tom Lee, he just came in, he was interviewed yesterday, obviously. He says that, no, this is a good time to buy. So it's following what JP Morgan is saying. The market strategist comment says that the Dow Jones sell-off is good. This type of sell-off is good because it's a good buying opportunity. I like this type of sell-off because it's a broad-based selling as your time at incrementally following, fully knowing that it may not be bottoming out today. So his point is this, it may not bottom out today, but definitely it's a buying opportunity. So he says that we're in a moment whereby everyone only see darkness and downside, and usually that's what you want when you're adding risk. So he's saying that right now when everybody is fearful, you should be able to be greedy, right? So he does not believe stock will reach lowest point Monday or Tuesday. It means he's actually expecting a little bit more drip later on, but he still think the market will rebound. But the problem is today, I just checked the date, right? Today is already 21st of September. We have about another probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 trading days to go. So I'm not too sure how he read it. Maybe he knows that maybe the market may drop until Wednesday, Thursday, and then after the market may rebound. And he still thinks that September has a chance to turn around. So the question is that his turnaround, does it include October as well, right? We're not too sure. By the way, a bit of background voice at the back because we have people in the office, okay, trading Hang Seng, but it's okay. They are supposed to do that. Okay. All right. So we have covered all the fundamentals in the market right now. Let's go for the charts. The bull goes moo, the bear goes grr, and the lemming go is different this time. Let's take a look at the charts right now. Okay, now let's look at the China A50, but do know once again, we do not have the Chinese stock market cash market opening. That means the cash market is closed today, but the futures CFDs are still moving. And now this morning, let's take a look. Okay, first of all, okay, we have the China A50 came down, hit my technical point. This is my technical point, and by closing below it means that it's no longer there. Yes, Liu, yes, indeed. For Tom Lee, 2 weeks ago, he said that September is still a good buy, and he do say that October will be the sell-off lah. But now the market come down, right? He didn't really reiterate his October thingy. Okay, I'm just taking what he said 2 weeks ago plus today's interview to give you an overview. All right, if you want to actually find out more, you can actually go online and Google on it. Maybe he had covered more in his other interview. All right, I'm just giving the stimulus of it. Okay, all right. So now the thing is that the China market coming down this way, we can expect the support. Now you notice that this is going to be a interesting support level. We can see that there was the last low and 26th of July period. Then after that, the last one was 27th of August. So interestingly, it's always on the 27th, about 27. All right, so today we are 21st. So are we going to see a new low by 27? All right, anyway, so we are now actually near there also. So if you were to ask me what's my view on this, I will kindly tell you that we will do the MLP first. This is MLP for today. So the market is now below the MLP and it's below the MA30. So it's pretty clear, it's like this. Okay, so I am not optimistic with this market. I still think there will be a bit of room for downside to go. Now, how much lower other than the support that I draw earlier? Let me clear up the chart. I will show it to you right now. You can see that this is China A50. Now, the last time we see something like this, if you extend the chart backward, you can see this is the trend line and we have not seen the bottom yet. We'll move it smaller a little bit. Now, this is interesting. Take a look, guys. Now, when you look at it at a bigger picture, things get clearer. Now, you notice that this is where we draw earlier, right? The bottom. We move back to the left side. This is where the market basically exploded upwards. So this has become a resistance turn support feeling. If you look back some more, you realize that, hey, that is actually an important neckline level. So which means that, right, this China A50, there is a very interesting relationship at this particular level, and this level will be 14,500 range, okay, or 500. So which means that for the China A50, 14,500 is going to be a very important level. If China A50 can hang above 14,500, there is a possibility for the market to recover. But if the market doesn't stay above 14,500 due to some other reason, then we're going to have some selling, and this selling could bring the entire market down. In my opinion, should be around here, the next neckline level. Let me just put it in for you. It should be able to come down to about here, 13,900. Now this is China A50, by the way. So 13,900. Now, if you would ask me itself, right, I would think I'll be much more comfortable to buy the China A50 at this area, 13,900. This is my view, which means that I want the market to go down further. I want the chocolate bar all to be taken out so that basically left no one, the longs are no longer available. And if the market is stabilized, then that means the only people who have the ability to buy at those levels is the big boys. Yeah, the big boys. So I believe that the big boys also don't want to catch the falling knife right now. Because with China Evergrande in this current precarious position, I don't think any fund manager will be dumb enough to go in to buy at this stage, other than they got some inside information or they're just taking a risk factor. So I rather the market to flush out all these buyers first, and then after that we go in to buy. So traders, I will prefer to take this step. That is my personal step. So if I say we are looking to buy here itself, definitely we're going to buy Hang Seng, buy China stock. We're talking about buying the US market, just likely when China goes up, US also will follow through. Okay, so today a bit of longer coverage on China A50. China A50, my personal view is this, that we support at 14,500, but the main support will be at about 13,900. Now, if the Hang Seng, the China A50 do go down to 13,900, then the time to buy, I will be more than happy to buy. Yeah. Okay, so that's my view, my very different view from most of the trader in the market right now. Okay, so that's China A50. Let's look at the Hong Kong market. Now, I remember I tell you Hong Kong market this morning will likely be going up first. Indeed, it happened. It opens at 23,930, and then it went up to the high of 24,015, but now it's pulled back down to below the OP mark. Okay, yeah, pull back down below OP mark. Personally, as I mentioned to you, I still believe that the China market is still a little bit too early to go into buying mode. But again, you have your own right to view the market. You make your own decision. Okay, I'm not here to stop you and anything. Because undeniable, some stocks are indeed at a very cheap level. So if you say that I want to buy for long term, now you want to buy long term, then no point asking me, because long term, then the time zone doesn't make any difference really. Yeah. Okay. So China, let's look at Hong Kong right now. Okay, Hong Kong. Now this is the Hong Kong chart that I draw for you yesterday. Remember, I shared with you this is the trend, and this is the major trend. And Hong Kong broke the major trend recently back in August period. I remember sharing this with you. Then of course we look at the bigger picture right now. We look into that in detail. You can see that once it broke the trend line, it did go down, then it recovers, came down again, try, fail. Okay, so now this trend line is over. We remove it first. I want to show you more important stuff. Now, first of all, okay, the MA30 is here. The MA30 is here. The MA200 is here. We are actually very far away from the MA itself, very far away. Okay, so if it's so far away, right, then the concern will be whether or not the market can recover. So the MLP for today for Hang Seng is somewhere around here. Okay, it's somewhere around here. So with that, let me just make the chart smaller a bit. So with that itself, right, today, as long as Hong Kong stays below OP, the selling pressure will still be there. But if you're asking me now, Cal, if the Hang Seng is to fall further, where will be the best time to look for buy? Actually, today the RSI already hit the bottom for Hang Seng. So which means that I cannot deny this, there is a good chance Hang Seng may do a technical rebound based on what we saw before. Hang Seng may do a technical rebound. Okay, right. Now, if there's going to be any further downside that we need to be concerned for, there's something to take note here. Wait, Here we go. That is 23,445. Okay, so if there's going to be anything, 23,445 will be the support level that I think the Hang Seng will go. But as you can see right now, Hang Seng is now recovered. It hit a low earlier. Now it's back up again above OP. So traders do take note the downside will create some buying interest. But if there's going to be any further downside, I think that Hang Seng may test 23,445, which kind of like in line with my China A50 forecast. If the China A50 goes down to this 13,900, right, this Hang Seng should be able to go down to 23,445 level. Okay, all right, but I repeat myself once again, I do suspect today to see a bit of technical rebound. on Hong Kong itself. Okay, let's look at the Hong Kong day chart, shall we? Now, Hong Kong day chart first. Now, today, Hong Kong day chart, you can see the opening price is between the two pivot 1 and pivot 2. KSI is red in color. KSI red in color. So what does it mean then? Now, basically means that if the Hang Seng stays above OP, it may go up to KTR +1 to maximum +2. But of course, if it goes above the pivot 1, this will add on some strength. But the pivot acts both way. If the market failed to cross pivot and stay after it hit the pivot and stay below OP, this should bring the market down to KTR -1 to -2 rather easily, right? So you have to hear what I meant. Upside concern can go up, but the upside limit, expectation is not as high. If it goes down, the downside forecast will be higher. So my personal view is this: if Hang Seng go down to KTR -1, -2, for traders, you can consider the buyback position and maybe just stop for a while and review the market again. Because at the moment now, the day chart on the RSI is kind of at the low end, so you don't want to, take the chance to fight the market. Okay, so that is my personal view on the Hong Kong market for today. So look at the 5-minute chart right now for Hong Kong. We're going live right now. Hong Kong is now basically trading lower. It's trading lower, so I believe that it will come down to this point here. That's KTR -1. It's coming down now. Cash market has just opened. All right, not too sure will it touch. Just stay on tune for a short moment. You can see that I love to do live trading, and not everybody can do that because it's a lot of stress doing that. But as long as you do it properly, you should be able to do that. Oh, my Hang Seng missed it by just 1 point, I think. Let me just confirm this. Hang Seng low at moment now. Okay, the low now is 23,778. The KTR -1 is 23,776. Yeah. Oh, -2. Sorry, -2 is here. So -1 been given earlier. So we are almost there. So for those people who already shorted the Hang Seng, you may want to just buy back your position, because I told you it go down to -1 to -2, and since it's already almost there, you can consider to buy back. Okay, all right. So take note of that, traders. For those who have traded, you can consider doing that. Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. This is what happened. Anyone traded Hang Seng and made money? Anyone traded Hang Seng and make money can type HK. That's our usual practice. If you have made money, type HK there. So, okay. All right, so let's just move on and let's look at the Dow now. Okay, I'm going to do it very slowly with you. Please pay attention to some details today, because this will be very important to you as a trader. I'm going to do it very slowly. Okay, so let me just change the color. Okay, congratulations to Wei Xiong and Henry once again. Judy also make money. Also, Judy, you come to office, make money. Yeah, wow, not bad, not bad. Okay, all right. So let's just look at this U.S. market now. Again and again and again, I have already shared with you yesterday on the moving average MA 200. I also want you that the last time when we saw this interesting thingy, the US Dow Jones did go below the MA 200 for a couple of days, and then after that it rebounded. And once it crossed back above the MA 200, that was where the Dow goes up. Okay, so very important now, the MA 200 is going to be a very instrumental pivot point for you to take note. Okay, so which means that if the market can actually go back above MA 200, it'll be a very strong buy call. Okay, got the idea now? Okay, let's look at the market now in depth. Now, what you see here is very, very clear that the market lost MA 30 on this day. That was about 7 September. And the time itself, the price was about 35,300 level. And after that, the market went all the way down, and that is where it hit the technical point, and this is 34,226 level, which means that the market, the Dow Jones dropped by 1,000 points. 1,000 points. So you just have to follow this simple MA, you will make some good deal of money. Now that is one part of it, but look carefully, everybody. Now yesterday, the MA 30 was about 34,224. If we now go back to the 15-minute chart and do a recap, you can see what happened yesterday. Now, beautifully, you can see how it works. Yesterday, the Dow Jones opened here. And then after that, it had to move up a little bit, and the selling came, it smashed down all the way. But what was incredible, that it stopped there perfectly, as if that they really know that there is a MA 200 there. You understand my point? It as if it knows, okay? So you can see that if you put your MA 30 on the intraday, right, it won't work a very different way for you. You put it on the day chart and you put a horizontal line and then you reflect it into the intraday interval, you will notice that it will work very good for you. And after that, what happened? The market really rebounded as if that they really recognize it. But the starting of the selling came here when it became a BNB. Can you see that? A BNB came in about during the European time. Straight away, the Dow Jones caught wind of this, and immediately the Dow came down like this. Wow. Then when it actually bottomed out, when it recovers again, you notice that it went back up again, and this time around it missed the MA level by just a fraction and then collapsed. So that means that the MA has a very powerful indication of where the market could be heading. And as long as you know what to do, it will help you a fair bit. Okay, got an idea now? Okay, so now what will it help us for today? Now, if you remember what I just shared with you, okay, let's look at the MA for today. Now, today's MA was somewhere around here. I'm going to put it in. The MA 30, MA 200 will be here. And that number will be, let me put it exactly for you properly. Okay, the number is 34,230. Okay, 34,230 level. So what does it tells me? Now, number one, you can see that this is the BNB. And I told you, if the market loses the BNB SL, it will go to -1 × 1. Remember? And indeed, everything I tell you really happened. Can you see that? The Dow really go down accordingly, 600 points profit just by following a simple BNB technique. Incredible, right? Okay. Now, once you have done that itself, what happened? Okay, the market usually will rebound, right? I told you at -1 × 1, it really also happened. So everything we say really all happened. Now, the question is, if the Dow is to recover, what will happen? Now, if the Dow is to recover and goes back up to 34,230, it not only has to recover, it has to stay above it and close above it, then the recovery is confirmed. So which means that now Dow Jones at 34,098 right now, right? If you're bullish, you should buy the Dow right now and aim to take profit at 34,230 mark. You understand? If you're bullish right now, you should buy the Dow Jones right now and aim at 34,230. If it touches there and pull back, you can take some profit. If it touches there and close above it, then you bought at the lower end. So that is for people who have Dow Jones, who want to buy Dow Jones. This is the technical point to watch, 34,230. Now, for people who are bearish, they want to short the market, then I'll give you my friendly advice. Let it go up first and then pull back. Now, once it pulls back, you can short again. Or the other one, remember I told you, right, when the market is below MA 200, usually there will be a few days of selling. Now, if you look at this chart here itself, right, currently now, this number, 33,988, is actually the -1 × 1 area, 33,988. If the Dow Jones pull back and goes below OP, it means that it will go below the -1 × 1, it go below OP, so which means that collectively saying that all the people who buy this morning are hit or they're losing money now. Then what will happen? Then I tell you this. If it really happened, I will tell you most likely the Dow will purposely go down to break the low here. Now, yesterday's low is Yesterday's low is 33,601, 33,601. So if I were to do a side bet here itself, if the Dow Jones do break below OP, it can go all the way down to 33,601. But once it goes there, I believe that the recovery will come in already. So 33,601. Now we are at 34,088. So we are 400 points away. So it all depends on which side you take. So let me ask you guys, how many of you will do the buy? How many do the sell? Can you key your answer right now? If you do the buy, key SBUY. If you do the sell, put SELL. All right, let me see collectively what's the general consensus right now. Are you going to be buying or be selling? All right, I will key the technical level here. Dow, upside potential is 34,230. Downside potential is 33,988. Okay, now that is just the Dow levels. Now you also noticed yesterday, right? The 5% mark was triggered. Yeah, the 5% mark. The 5% mark was so nicely given. I told you, right, this level will be traded. And truth be told, the Dow Jones really came down and trades this level. And once it hit this level, you can see that it bottomed out and recovered. So 33,835 is going to still and also be another technical level to watch. As long as the Dow Jones stays above 33,835, it should be able to recover, because we have seen this many times. Whenever the market hit 95% and the market recover, it will always bring the market higher. So 33,835 level. Okay. All right, we can see today we have Eric looking to buy, Susan, Gary, Henry, and Farah all looking to buy. Only Angeline looking to sell. Okay. Now there's no right, no wrong. It's depending you are buying from the bottom or selling from the high. All right, you will make your own decision. Okay. All right. For those who have made their own decision, good. Alison says she will buy. David said he will buy also. Okay, cool. My view, well, this morning I really long the Dow. I told you guys to cover back yesterday. I put a group chat already. This morning above OP, above people one, along the Dow a little bit. Then now just put SWL and the market decide. So if the market basically goes higher, then I know that you go higher and maybe add position. If not, I just let it run. Okay, all these are already things you should be prepared before you even come to MAO. MAO is more like just double check whether your analysis is right, or maybe you have another opinion, or we can discuss about this. Now the Dow weekly chart, I told you, is ugly, and it's really, really ugly. But of course, it's now has recovered half of the candle. So if we continue to recover, who knows, it may be bottoming out at the earlier neckline. But of course, on the flip note, if the selling persists, then we may have a problem. We may see all the way the Dow Jones coming down to this point, and that's 33,199 level. That is something that I believe that will be a great time to buy. Of course, from where we are right now to 33,199 is about 900 points. If the market can drop by 900 points, then it'll be pretty good. Yeah, 900 points is a pretty good profit. Yeah. Okay, so with the Dow Jones, let's look at the Dow Jones, the Hong Kong first. Wow, Hong Kong shoot up. Woohoo! We told you that. Wow, for those who listen and you buy back your position, you will have made money. At least you will have protect some interest. You can see that. Wow, look at it. Look at a strong recovery from Hong Kong. And I told you already just now during the MAO, I told you that most likely Hong Kong will recover today, right? Yeah, you see that really, really happening. You know why? Because I told you, once it goes above pivot one, it's a buy. That's the first thing. Number two is it's Mid-Autumn Festival. I believe some of the traders will come in to do some push up to at least calm the nerve of investors. All right. So anyway, for Hang Seng today, you can see that once you go above OP, it's a buy already. Okay. All right. Let's look at Dow Jones first. Okay. Now Dow Jones today is very clear. Now yesterday the Dow Jones was below pivot 2. You should supposed to sell, but people go to buy. Today is above OP, is above pivot 1. You have only one thing to do. Guys, can you tell me? The market is above OP, is above pivot 1. What should you do? Please key the model answer right now. Okay, please key the model answer right now. We'll take some water. All right, what's the model answer? Above OP, above pivot 1, what should we do? Okay, the answer is yes, Susan. Every CCRY is a buy. Yay. Angeline, buy. Okay lah, but I need a model answer. Gary, correct. CCRY, just buy. Now, when the market is above OP and pivot 1, you do not need to have any trigger. Of course, got trigger will be even better, but you don't need that because it already qualified. Because like yesterday, when the Dow Jones coming down below pivot 1, pivot 2, below OP, just sell. I never say trigger, right? And the market keep on coming down. So this is the beauty part of our TWB system. As long as you know the rules, you're able to apply. But before you jump all in, I want to remind you, KSI is red in color. Now, KSI red in color means that the upside will be limited between KTR plus 1 to KTR plus 2. That means that if the market hit KTR plus 1 or plus 2, likely there will be some profit taking. Okay, there will be some profit taking. So you look at the Dow Jones right now, you can see this morning, the Dow Jones already shoot up. And once it hit the KTR plus 1, it kind of like stabilized there, pull back and stuff. But now it's like seemingly firming. So there is a small possibility that the Dow Jones can go all the way up to hit the KTR plus 2 level, and that's about 134, 184 level. So is it possible? Well, it's still possible. So all eyes on the Dow Jones then. Okay, everything looks okay. KSI all the way green, meaning the boys are buying. The colors are yellow, so all looks pretty decent for upside. Huh? Pretty decent. Okay, so that is the Dow Jones. Let's look at the Nasdaq. Now, Nasdaq yesterday, beautiful. It came down to the 95% mark and then recovers. Again, I told you the 95% mark is really, really important. And truth be told, yesterday, Nasdaq come to 1493.3 and immediately recovered. So for people who remember that I tell you Nasdaq will come down to 14,933, please key the word Nasdaq spot on. If you remember that. Of course, if you don't remember, don't do anything. I don't want people to, pick on this. If you remember that I did tell you that Nasdaq will come down to the 95% mark, please key the word Nasdaq spot on. Okay, that will be the best valuation. Okay, so now if you look at the this Nasdaq, right? The MLP is here. The MLP is here. The MA30 is here. So overall, the Nasdaq is below MLP and below MA30. So it's more to the bearish side. But in order to be bearish, the market must break below OP. The market must break below OP. Then can. Okay, so thank you, Angeline, thank you, Janet, thank you, Susan, all right, for giving me the validation. Okay, so what happened right now is the MLP is here, Nasdaq is here, and if you look at the chart-wise, now you can see that the US Dow Jones is also trying to trip higher. So all these telltale signs that I share with you, that there is a small possibility of the market going higher. Okay, all right, let's look at the Nasdaq first. Now, Nasdaq today also important. Nasdaq today, the opening price is also above pivot 1. So as long as it trades above pivot 1, if the color change CCRY, it's a buy. The only difference is that KSI is actually green in color. The KSI is green, that means that the buying on Nasdaq is kind of stronger than usual. So I cannot deny this. I believe that the Nasdaq will go higher today as long as it stays above OP. I repeat more time. I believe that Nasdaq will go higher today as long as it stays above OP. Okay, got it? Yeah. Okay, so that is the Nasdaq for today's day chart. You can see that very nice. The low of today is 15,000 and the pivot 1 is 14,998. Okay. Okay, so that is the Nasdaq. Let's look at the S&P 500. Now S&P 500 again also came down to 43.24, and of course we those who shorted with us over the last few days, we have profited handsomely over there. Now today the market MA 200 at the bottom, MA 30 is on top. So what does it tell us? It tells us that the market is going to be like, you know, two sides being pulled. So the market will have to decide. Okay. Now the MLP for today for the S&P is somewhere around here. Okay, so this is the MLP, and if the market is to recover, once it breaks the MLP, there is a possibility to see the market doing this. If the market breaks MLP, it may hover for a while and then continue to go up to this point. It is all possible. Okay, I repeat, it is all possible. Okay, all right, got it. Yeah. Okay, all right, so that is the S&P 500. You look at S&P today's day chart. S&P day chart also has the pivot one. It's also above OP. It's also above pivot one. So that means by right, CCRY will be a buy already. By KSI is red in color, so which means that the downside, there will be downside risk on. So if the market goes up, do take profit between KTR minus +1 or +2. All right, do take note of that. Okay. Okay, so that is the S&P 500. Okay, let's look back at the Hong Kong market right now. Hong Kong has strongly recovered, I believe. Hong Kong is strongly believed over here itself. Hong Kong is trading at 24,122 right now. This morning went down to below the previous day low and recovered. I told you that Hong Kong today will recover, and indeed it happened. Okay, then for DAX, okay. Now DAX, I have given you the technical point, and the incredible part is it really followed to the T. Now everybody look at it. This is the MA 200 level that we mentioned. That level that we mentioned, what was that level? It was 15,370, right? Remember, I wrote this number to you and I told you that if the DAX is to hit the MA 200 and if it doesn't goes up, it will have to come back down. Wow. And really, and I told you if it comes down, you come down to this point here, that is the chocolate bar, KCB, right? I also tell you that based on the our PTP technique, it should be able to come down to this point also. And of course, if you remember, this is a BNB on this 2 days ago, and this is SL, and this is the -1 × 1. Oh my goodness, it really come down all the way and recovers. So all the thing that we learned is fully applicable on DAX yesterday. Fully applicable on DAX yesterday. So if you actually look at DAX, this is the MLP, right? I'm just going to put the colors change a little bit. All right, if you actually look at it yesterday, this is MLP. And of course, if you actually look at this and put in the chart wise, oh my goodness, you actually see that once the market basically touches beautifully the MA 200 straight away, instantly, we saw the DAX has collapsed. So it hit the level beautifully and then collapsed. So if you have followed the rules, you would have made a pretty good deal of it. Too bad I don't trade much DAX because my afternoon is doing other things. So, but those who traded DAX, congratulations to you. Okay, so now let's look at DAX today then. Since we talk so much, myself give the view for today. Now today MLP will be somewhere around here, and that's about 15,233. In terms of MA 30, okay, let me just MA 200, sorry. For MA 200, let me just change the color to be easy to read. The MA 200 today will be somewhere around here, about 15,370. So which means that if that's going to recover, it has to go all the way up to 15,370 to recover. All right, if not, it is still way below. Okay, and of course the MA 30 is now way on top because it's very bearish. So now this below MA 30 is below. If it trades down, most likely it will go down lower. Okay, so that is the DAX for all of us. Watch out for the MA 200. Okay, so let's look at the Nikkei. Now Nikkei, I told you Nikkei will come down to 30,000, and it really happened. It really came down to 30,000. I thought it was be supported there, but the market is better than me. The market collapsed further. Now where did it stop around there? It actually stopped near to the MA 30 level. It stopped near the MA 30 level. So this is my view for today. First of all, today's MLP is somewhere around here. So market trading above MLP right now. The MA 30, if you put it down there, you will be around 29,390. But with the current price at 29,928, I don't think this will come down unless something drastic happens tonight. If not, it's all right. The market should be up. Okay. And if it comes down, this point here, 29,390 will be a very good price to look for buying interest. 29390. Okay, clear? Okay. All right, the MA 30 and MA 200 is still pretty bullish for Nikkei. Okay, so this is a Nikkei day chart. Now, Nikkei day chart is quite interesting. Why? Because the opening price actually is between the two pivot, right? But yesterday was a CCYR. So by default, market goes below the OP is a sell with a CCYR. Okay, must have trigger also, the OP the trigger. And the KSI is red, and the red is actually quite red. It's a jump, the red size is kind of small. Okay, all right. So actually means that the downside resistance is there already. Okay, so what happened for today? If you look carefully onto the intraday movement of the Nikkei. Okay, this is what happened on Nikkei this morning. Nikkei ding dong, then hit the OP, recover, crossed KTR, crossed pivot 1, crossed pivot 2, KTR 2. So with all these things, it's all right. Above OP, above pivot 1, it will be a buy mark. So what you could have done is that you have seen the OP here, you wait for it to cross this point. At this point here, where my line is showing, you can start to buy already. You don't need to wait for it to close above certain product. I mean, then you can buy and sell. You just have to follow through. You can buy here, and already profit is given. Yeah, pretty cool, right? Okay, so I finished the all the equity markets. Let's just look at now the commodities, which is the gold market. Okay, now everybody look at gold today. Now gold, basically, I shared with you, it could be a buy from 2 days ago. I told you that doji. I told you that after doji, usually we have a directional day. Based on the chart, it does look a directional day because the closing is near the high in this case. Okay, now this is where it gets technical. Please take note. Remember, I told you the Fibonacci on the day chart. There is this number you must take note: 1762. Now 1762 is a Fibo figure, all right, based on the day chart, and it will be very important. If the market stays above it, upside to go, and the upside can stretch all the way to 1836. Wow, that means that we're talking about how much? $70 upside if, let's say, the market follow whatever I'm seeing right now. Okay, got the idea? All clear? Yeah, if you're clear, good. Now, if you're not clear, the question will be, okay, if the market is to go up, we just have to blindly just look at it, stable 1762, and just buy. Well, correct. If the market stays above OP and has a solid change, as long as above 1762, you can basically buy and aim at 1836. But of course, you say, Kel, is there any nearer level? Yeah, we have a nearer level, which is chocolate bar, about 1794. Okay, 1794. Okay, so we have a nearer level for you. All right, so what do we have over here right now? We have a very interesting thingy. The MA30 is still trending lower. The MA200 is still a bit sideways. So what does it mean? That means that if let's say gold today is to go up, right? It has to stay above 1762, it has to stay above OP, and it may be going back to 1794 level, which is what we saw that's supposed to hold but failed the last few days. Okay, 1794. Okay, all clear? Okay, so now if that is the case itself, right? What is my view? I'm quietly optimistic on gold as long as it stays above 1762. Now the MLP for today will be somewhere around here, and that's about 1759 level. Okay, 1759 is the MLP, 1762 is the buy level if you're looking to buy. 1765 above OP will be level to buy. Okay. Okay, there will be gold on the weekly and the conventional weekly chart wise itself. You can see very clearly. For weekly chart, we can see that it's trying to find space and it's trying to bottom out. And this could be a breakout if let's say the market really breaks above it. So today's breakout point is 1770. Okay, this week the breakout point is 1770. Okay, so I'll write it down for you. So breakout point for conventional. Okay, so this one is using the weekly chart, weekly chart 1770 as a conventional breakout point. Okay. All right, so let's look at the gold through the TWB system. Now today, gold opens between the two pivot. KSI is red, blue bars is there. So which means that for gold, the downside pressure is high. So if downside pressure is high, if it goes below OP, it should go down to KTR -1, -2 rather easily. But if the market stays above OP, then the upside potential can be quite interesting. It can go to KTR +1. Now, this morning, you can see now we are just marginally away from pivot 1. And if you look at the 15-minute chart right now, wow, interesting. We see a very big movement on the gold market. Now, what happened is that today, there's no triggering around here. Everything looks okay. So gold, if it stays above OP, well, there is a slight chance that it will go to 1767 level. Okay, pretty decent chance. Okay, so there is gold for you guys. So you have to take note of that. Now, has gold bug hit me? Well, if the gold can stay over 1770, maybe we can look out it to go even higher to maybe at this point here, and this point is somewhere at the 1783 level. But I don't think that will be the resistance. I don't think so. Okay, let's look at the crude oil. Now, crude oil yesterday pulled back as we expected, but it didn't go below the MA30. So I believe that crude oil today will be a relatively good buy. I repeat, today this crude oil will be relatively a good buy as long as everything goes according to the accounts and stuff like that. Okay, so what we have here now, if crude oil is to come down, all right, if crude oil is to come down, we may want to actually see a bottom here, and it may be a good buy. And that's about $69.28. I shared it with you, right? Okay. All right. So if the crude oil is to come down to the MA30, 69.28, this could be a pretty good buy. Okay, let's look at the crude oil with the TWB chart. Now, the TWB chart today for crude is still pretty positive. KSI is still green in color. The market is still open between pivot 1 and pivot 2. So as long as the market crosses above OP with a trigger, it may go all the way to this point here, 71.94 level. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's crude for us. And the last one will be the Bitcoin. Okay, now Bitcoin, everybody take a look at Bitcoin. Okay, now Bitcoin, I already informed you this. I'm not too sure if you remember. I told you Bitcoin will have to come down first, and it will go down to about 42,000. Now just now, Bitcoin smashed down to 40,000 and now recover. Wow, outstanding and brilliantly. It hit the pivot 2 level. It hit the pivot 2 level, as you can see here. It hit the pivot 2 level, and then it rebounded as if they recognized this. The KSI was green, the blue bars are there. So all of them tells you that if the market come down to this point here, and that is about 40,141, the Bitcoin may recover, and it's really happening as we're speaking right now. Really amazing, right? Remember that? And you look at the 5-minute chart. Oh my goodness. Look at it, the incredible accuracy of this. The market opens initially here, ding dong, and then went down. Okay, went down. When it came all the way down, it stopped at the pivot 2, stop there, recover, and go all the way up. Wow. Again, this tells you the power of the pivot. You just have to follow it, and you should be able to make some money out of that. Okay, so that was the Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin, I already told you, I believe that it will still go down. In my opinion, it has to go down to somewhere around here at 34,400. Then maybe I will look towards to buy around here. So my view is this: the Bitcoin should recover a bit, then pull back, and then after that it'll be going down further. Because remember, I have this PowerPoint. I've done it for you guys some time ago. Okay, just bring it up for you. Remember this PowerPoint? Okay, this is PowerPoint that I've done during an event for hours. Okay, on the 15th of May, that was many months ago already. Now, in this PowerPoint, I already tell you that the upside potential. Okay, hold on. I say that we do expect to see August going higher, which already happened. And then I tell you September, exactly September, we will see a pullback, okay, a correctional pullback, and it could be bad, and this is all happening right now. Then after that, I say October, we will see a recovery, then it should actually be happening. Okay, so all these tells you that, hey, quite interesting, right? You see seasonal pattern, and you know what to do, you will be able to perform better. Okay, so that is the Bitcoin. Now, how about the other Ethereum? Now, I know that some of you guys are now trading all the pancake swaps. You're doing a lot of altcoin. I know that you're trying to get the first one to buy. Then after that, you exit ASAP. Nothing wrong. It's just that it's kind of gambling, and it's going to be very dangerous. You don't know which day the market is going to go for the kill. So I will seriously think that you should concentrate on the two, Bitcoin and Ethereum will be better. But of course, if you think that you have another reason, then you can just go ahead. Okay, now what happened is that you can see very, very nicely the Ethereum came down and it hit the technical point at 2806. And once it stopped there, okay, it rebounded and go back out again to the OP mark. Now, do note the KSI is gray in color, blue bars are still there. So I cannot deny this. I believe that Ethereum might be coming down a bit more before we can look to really salvage on that. Okay, all right, so that is the Ethereum. Okay, all right, that means I've covered everything for this morning. All right, basically everything has been done, and I think that some of you have made money from Hong Kong market like gold, people like market like Dow Jones. Okay, I'm happy for you. Do remember that end of the day, you just have to make your own final decision. Okay, so for me itself for today, I'm going to concentrate very closely to gold price today because Dow Jones has moved, Nasdaq moved. So the only one that technically haven't moved will be gold. So all eyes on gold today. Okay, that will be all for today, MAO. Hopefully you like it. Now today is Super Tuesday. So we will have our Super Tuesday segment. Time, I'll tell you later. I haven't really confirmed with the topics yet. Okay, but do try to attend. All right, that'll be all for today. Thank you very much. Have a great day. This is Kel signing off. Okay, bye-bye.